let's begin. I want to start with imagining a feeling that you have right now, again, that's giving you kind of any sort of feeling that's not feeling good. It's like anxiousness or fear or depression or whatever. And I want you to put that again into a color a color and a texture and something just that you can like really, we're going to meditate that out of the body again. I think it's really nice to body scan like that. So I'm going to give you a second to sort of like to think about that, where you were. And then we're going to do a little head to toe. So you're lying on this rock. It's super smooth, like quite big and quite round, and there's a river beside it that's flowing beside it. And you're lying in like the perfect little kind of crevice of the rock. So just imagine that your eyes are closed, and then we're going to imagine that color and that texture just slowly going out of the body. So we're going to empty ourselves out. First, take 3 deep breaths. Let's do them together. Okay, 2 more. It's so nice to breathe. All right, so imagine this color starting at the crown of your head. And we're just going to slowly imagine it going down the forehead, down your eyes. Relax the sides of your eyes and your eyelids, your cheeks and mouth and your jaw. Relax your throat. That color is leaving. It's leaving your shoulders, going down your chest and your heart, and it's coming out of your arms, through your fingertips, out your forearms and your hands, down through the belly, through the hips. It's going out your legs and out your knees, out your calves and your ankles, and out through the tips of your toes. So let's take another deep breath. And then every last amount of that color just released through. Good. Great. All right, so we're lying on this rock, and we left off with the sun beaming down. And as it beamed down from the sky, it started to shift. So we went into like a dusk. And the colors in the sky, these little like clouds, those really thin ones, that are like feathery almost, are catching the light. So it's like quite rainbowy actually. There's even like hints of green tones in the sky, like greens and oranges and pinks. And it's just like slowly shifting. It's like a rainbow that is slowly like shifting colors through the clouds. And then it gets that dusk color that's like such a rich blue in the sky, and you're just lying on this rock watching the slowest color change possible. You have all the time in the world because this is imaginary space. And slowly the sun completely goes, and then it's just stars. So we're doing a little nighttime journey now. It's one of those nights where it's like the moon is really thin, So there isn't a ton of light, but you can get a little bit of a grasp of where you're going because the moon is giving off a little bit of light. But mostly it's just stars that are sparkling in the sky like this. And so you slowly sit up from the rock and you watch. You're in front of this little river, and the river is coming and it's flowing around this rock that you're sitting on. It's really gentle, but it's quite fast actually because it's going over these rocks that are a bit shallow. So it's kind of like a little current. And you know how water sounds different at night? There's just some strangely different texture to that sound. So you put your feet in, and the way that the water sounds when it surrounds your feet, it's like, because the world around you is so much quieter, you can hear that splashing in a different way. And then every once in a while you also hear like a frog in the distance. Maybe in the tropical pool waterfall that we were in the other day, there's little frogs that have come there now and they're just croaking. And it echoes like up the river canyon. It's just like croaking. So there's this like wash of deep blue in your eyes from looking at the sky for so long. And then that's reflecting into this water really nicely. But you can see the stones underneath, and you're just playing with your feet in it. And then you slowly put both feet in, and the water goes up to just above your ankles, like before your calf muscle. And it's really cool. Like, it's actually quite cold water, but the night is really warm. The air is humid, and it's like surrounding your body in this warmth. So the feeling of this cold water on your feet is really, really refreshing. And it's not a very big river, actually. Like, you can kind of walk across it. So we're going to do that. Slowly, like step by step, you get grip on the water and on the stones underneath. And a couple steps, slowly, you put your hand in the water, and a piece of leaf catches on your hand, and the wet leaf sticks to your hand, and you pick it up. And it's a yellow leaf. And then we keep walking, and you look up into the sky because you can really, really see it from here. It's the opening. You're right in the middle of the river, and you can see all the stars and all these constellations. And there's constellations in this world that don't exist in ours. There's stars that you don't even know because it's in your inner world, and the inner world is unique. And each star is like twinkling rainbow colors. And you keep walking, and then as you cross the river, the temperature kind of shifts. It becomes like a little bit cooler. And then this dark area where you can see the jungle opens up a little bit, and you decide to walk through there. Slowly but surely, there's a little hill on the side of the other bank has this hill. So you walk up it and move these leaves away as you get there, and you get to the top of this hill. It's a little ways, like it takes you a little bit of time. You're slightly out of breath, like just a little bit. It's steep. So you get to the top, and it's still like quite jungly, quite surrounded, but you have sort of like this energy tonight. This calmness in the day gave you this burst of like energy. So you see this tree, like one of those trees in the jungle we talked about the other night that have lots of roots. And so you grab hold of these roots and decide to climb up this tree, and you can feel the feeling of that bark on your feet. And the smell when you move the bark is like really kind of like musty, earthy, because it's just such an old tree. It's just been there for so long. It smells like it's from 200 years ago. And the leaves, the smell of the leaves in combination with that bark is like this fresh youth, youngness, and this old root. It's like this beautiful combination of curiosity and understanding. And so you slowly climb up to the top, and from there you can see actually like these hills of jungle around you and the sky, and it's like this perfect horizon of like green leafy lushness, and then like a solid blue with these sparkling lights of stars. And you sit there in this tree looking up. And then I want you to think of any color that you want to feel come into you, that you can think of as like a feeling that you want to feel right now. And then we're going to do a little fill up. So from our toes, let's bring that color in. Let's start to imagine it slowly filling you up, and a texture. So is it smooth, or is it wavy? Is it swirly? Is it square? I don't know. It can be anything you want it to be. And it slowly comes up your ankles and up your calves, and it surrounds your knees. This nice color that just makes all of your joints feel really, really soft. And up the muscles in your thighs. It surrounds your hips and abdomen and inside of your belly. And this color comes up around your chest and your heart, and it comes into your heart slowly. It's coming in through your fingertips and wrists and all the joints in your fingers and wrist and hand, up to the elbow, and surrounds your shoulders and this throat and chest part that always feels like a lot. It's just a calm hug, and comes up to your throat, your chin, your cheeks, up your mouth and your nose, your eyelids and your eyes and your forehead. And this color comes out the crown of your head and goes right into the sky. It's just like a beaming color. And you're super comfortable sitting there in this tree, looking at the stars and the sky. You might even stay there and watch the sunrise and see what that looks like. We'll see. And as you take another big, deep breath, you can slowly open your eyes on the second one. And welcome back. And it's always good to remember that you are exactly where you are supposed to be. With all the ups and downs that you do on this little journey, whether it's through a little river or up a hill or up a tree or down, that's exactly where you're supposed to be. And we're all supposed to be where we are together. I can't wait to see you tomorrow night and see where we go. We might leave the jungle tomorrow. It's very possible. Big love and hugs to everyone. See you tomorrow.